Happy Sunday. If y'all are new here, my name is Noelle, aka Makeup Esquire. I go live every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And today we have so much newness to talk about. I am here, fresh face with y'all. I just did my skincare, so I have nothing else on, not even a brow. But what we're going to get into today is talking about some Chantecaille because they have a 30% off sale going on right now, which I will link for you in the description if you're watching on YouTube. I'm also streaming on Instagram. But if you use the code CYBER, you can get 30% off the Chantecaille website. I've made several videos on my favorite Chantecaille products before. So if you're not new to my channel, you already know how much I love Chantecaille. And they only go up to 30% off really when they do have any sales. So and it's not very often, so I highly recommend grabbing the products that I'm about to showcase today. And then I'm also going to be showcasing some new Sonia G brushes that came in. Thank you so much to Sonia G and the Beautylish team for gifting these to me. I'm super excited because it's the first time I have ever received PR from Sonia G, but I'm such a tried and true Sonia G fan. I've purchased almost every single one of her brushes ever released. And so I am just super grateful and honored that this time around she did gift me her new release. So these are the little ones that we are going to be talking about and showcasing today. They are freshly washed and these are going to be my first impressions. I have not used them before this live, so that's really exciting. I'm also going to mention a couple of brushes that were just added to the Fude BoBo website. Love you too. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Hey, Kat. And so Fude BoBo is having a 20% off sale right now through December 3rd Japan time. Okay, so I've been releasing videos showcasing my favorite Fude BoBo brushes, pretty much all the ones that are on sale right now. Everything is included other than Bisotto. And she did recently add these 3 eye brushes by Hakuhodo to her website. We have the J5522, the 5523, and the 142. So 5522, 5523, and the 142. So that's what they look like. These are just classic shapes, staples, and these are included in the 20% off. So in case anybody is interested in seeing that, I did want to briefly go ahead and mention that since we have quite a few eye brushes to use today, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to showcase everything, but I did want to briefly shout that out. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm sorry if it's glitching for you, Kat. I hope that is not a problem that everybody's experiencing here on YouTube. Please let me know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube and you're having issues as well. I'm not sure what else I can do about it, but hopefully it's just a one-off. Hello, welcome in everyone. So this is Chantecaille's SPF. It's nice and milky. It is a chemical sunscreen. It's an SPF 45. It's called their Ultra Sun Protection Sunscreen. And I really enjoy it. I think it's really nice as long as you don't mind it being a chemical sunscreen. Chemical sunscreens are definitely cosmetically more elegant than mineral sunscreens tend to be. They lay really nicely underneath makeup. You tend to get less of an issue when it comes to pilling. My face is red because I did just do a chemical peel 2 weeks ago, approximately. So it's still kind of in recovery mode, but that's why you see it extra red when I rub it. But yeah, so it's a really nice sunscreen, like I said, so long as you don't mind a chemical formula. I watch a lot of Michelle Wong on YouTube and she raves about the Chantecaille sunscreen and how much she loves it. So I did want to shout that out and showcase it for you. It acts as a primer underneath makeup beautifully as well. It kind of gives like a little bit of a nice grip to your base. Thank you. I appreciate the compliments, everyone. Not glitching. Okay. Happy Sunday. Hey, Susan. Welcome. How are you? All right, so let's keep going. So I also really like these kind of like makeup skincare hybrids, or kind of like priming products, or can be used as such. Excuse me, by Chantecaille. And they did also recently come out with a gold one. So I have this, the pink one and the bronze one. And these kind of have a cult following as well, but they have kind of like this tint. I keep the lids on just to make sure to preserve them. But like they have like a nice tint to them. And these are really nice, especially if you have drier skin. But like, you know, I like to put this pink one underneath my eyes to just give me like a slight bit of radiance. If you tend to have dry under eyes, that's what this one's really nice for. If you tend to not really use any makeup, then this is a good option. If you're just wanting to like use some skincare and go, then this gives just like a very slight hint of a pink kind of radiant hue. So this one's called the Sheer Glow Face Tint by Chantecaille. And a lot of times you can get these, I saw them on their website as being sold together as a set, and you can save some coin on top of the 30% off sale as well. Hello, Indigo Sunrise, welcome. So then they have this one. This one is the anti-aging face tint in the sheer bronze shade. Hey Stacy, welcome. And this is kind of the same idea. Let me pull out my brushes here. This is kind of the same idea as the rosy one, except of course it's bronze. So, sorry, my brushes are behind the camera here. There you go. This is what I was pulling out behind the camera. But yeah, so I usually just like to take a spatula and kind of scoop this out. This is how much I've used of this one. This one is, you can use it in the, hey Rocio, how are you? In the same type of way as the rosy one, except kind of the way I like to use it is to give myself kind of like a tint all over the face. If like I'm feeling particularly pale, for instance, or kind of to bronze up like a skin tint that you're using. If, you know, you're working with like a base product that tends to be your winter shade, and, you know, in the summer you kind of like want to bronze up, or if you just want to, like I said, use some skincare kind of makeup hybrid products that aren't really makeup, but you want like a little bit of a sheer coverage, these are great for that purpose. So right now on the Fude BoBo website too, there's an Hakuhodo brush that is a Kolinsky brush, very similar to this one. I don't have it with me to showcase, but it's more of an angled shape. This one was the closest one that I have to it. I am thinking about picking that new one up. I haven't fully decided yet, but I have so many of these Kolinsky paddle shapes like this that I really like to just kind of like evenly spread out the makeup. So I recommend picking that angled one up right now, especially since you can get it 20% off. But yeah, that's kind of what I would recommend using it for, is to kind of like, it's called the Hakuhodo foundation brush. And like I said, it's almost exactly the same as this one's by Hakuhodo as well, made of the same type of hairs. So Kolinsky's amazing at laying down creams and liquid products. It wipes off on a towel really nicely. So yeah, this kind of gives you a nice even spread, and these bristles of course are super, super soft. So that's kind of what I mean by like, it just gives you a nice tint to the skin, while at the same time allowing your skin to breathe, and it just gives like a really pretty natural glow. Okay, so those are the Chantecaille, the face tints, the anti-aging face tint in sheer bronze and the sheer glow rose face tint. Again, 30% off, but even more if you pick up the set. So before we move along, I do just want to do a little brow. And this actually is about to be an empty. So very excited about that. I'm pretty sure that's the end of this. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil. Very exciting when I'm finally able to finish another brow pencil. I recently finished my other Charlotte Tilbury one, so I emptied these two babies out recently. So we have been going through our products. I do believe Chantecaille has a brow pencil. Right now I'm going to be using the Victoria Beckham Baby Blade, which I also love and enjoy. Victoria Beckham Beauty recently did have a sale, but I don't think it's still going on. When she tends to have sales, they are fleeting. So you got to kind of jump on it. But I do highly recommend this brow pencil if you're looking for a good one. The Chantecaille one, I don't personally own, like I mentioned, but they do have a brow pencil. And if you have it, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I usually try to get up on here with my brows done already, y'all, but didn't have time today. I was kind of running around before this live, per usual. On my eyelashes today, I'm wearing Lashify. These are what I stuck on right before this live as I was rushing. I did them in under 10 minutes. It's a DIY at-home lash extension system. I have tons of video on my channel showcasing how I do my own lashes. My last set of lashes that I just took off today actually lasted me 2 weeks. So love that. And sometimes I just like to switch them out. Well, most of the time I like to switch them out weekly. But you know, sometimes I just can't be bothered. And a lot of times they do just fine staying put for an extra week. So fresh set on today. Thank you for the suggestion. I will be contouring my nose once I get to that step. So stay tuned. Valentina 666. Who's new here? Let me know in the comments here on YouTube. If you're watching for the first time, where you're tuning in from, I'd love to know. Make sure y'all turn on your notifications so that you know every time I post a new video or go live. And I also did post, speaking of which, a YouTube video today before this live. I'm reaching for my NARS. So y'all already know I always use the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have it in a couple shades. This is Custard. I also have the shade Ginger for like a color correcting type of shade. But yeah, it's hard for me to do my makeup without this because it's just, as you can see, I've already hit pan on it. I'm about to need a new one soon, but I like taking my Tansedo Kolinsky brush. This is the KQ12S. I've raved about it on my channel so many times, but it's my favorite Tansedo brush. Also available right now on the Fude BoBo website at 20% off. I have like 4 of these when I'm not even like a backup brush type of person because I just love it so much and I do not ever want to be without it. It's useful for so many different ways or so many different things. And you can use it in so many ways. Again, Kolinsky bristles, so soft, and it just spreads out product really nicely, applies product nicely because of the way that these bristles are hand bundled in this razor sharp yet tapered manner. Love. Thank you, Brian. Hi from Australia. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Your girlfriend has tattooed on eyebrows, so she probably doesn't need to go through the whole filling in process like I just did. I'm too scared to tattoo my eyebrows on. But I know a lot of people that do that microblading and love it. Thank you so much for the compliments, letting me know that you think I'm pretty without makeup. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Susan. Victoria Beckham Beauty is 20% off tomorrow for V Suite members. So it kind of sounds like if you have like a login, you can get access to that. Hi, Ins. It's nice to see you too. I'm just kind of going back up to make sure I didn't miss any comments, but if I do miss any comments, I do apologize. I'm trying to entertain y'all as I read, but sometimes they escape me. So please feel free to repeat yourself if I miss any questions or anything like that. Hello from Brazil. Kat, are you saying hi to the Brazilian or are you in Brazil? Can't tell. All right, so now we got like a good kind of base going on. So next, I do want to use the Chantecaille concealer. So as far as like base products, Chantecaille has several really beautiful foundations that I've showcased on my channel plenty of times. They have the Future Skin Oil-Free Gel Foundation. It's really nice. It's almost like a skincare infused base product as well. Really great if you have rosacea. Thank you so much, Macy, for sending a floating heart. I really appreciate that. And hola de Brazil. I don't know how to speak Portuguese, but I know it sounds similar to Spanish. And so I highly recommend this Chantecaille one. It has kind of like pretty light coverage, but it has a very beautiful finish. It's a little, I have it in the shade Sand, which is slightly too dark for my skin tone at the moment since I am in my palest state. Same with the Cushion Foundation. I have it in the shade Wheat, and this is beautiful. I love this Cushion Foundation so much. I've used it on my channel tons of times. Highly recommend this one. I don't think that it's raved about enough. Then they also have this a skin tint that has actually surprisingly a good amount of coverage for a skin tint. And this is their Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer. I have it in the older reformulation. I have not gotten my hands on the newer reformulation. Thank you so much for reminding everyone to give me a like. Please go ahead and like this video. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate that, Rocio, for reminding everyone. Hi from Pakistan. It really helps my channel out if you give me a like. It helps push out my channel to people that might be interested in watching. But I've heard that the reformulation on this is beautiful as well. I have two different shades, Tan and Wheat. They're slightly different from each other. I'm not sure if the shades changed with the new reformulation. I'm like starting to get like a cough that's creeping up on me. So I apologize for like the struggle through this video. Hey, Karen, welcome. So I'm not always like coughing like this, but I'm doing my best here, y'all. It's just that season, right? It's weird because it's like the the only symptom that I have right now. I don't have like a runny nose, a fever, or like anything else. It's just like this little like annoying cough. So please bear with me. Hey, Albert, welcome in. And then I also think that the powder foundation is highly underrated as well from Chantecaille. And right, everyone's going through it. Thank you for not making me feel so alone. So the powder foundation is gorge, and I'm not sure if I've showcased it on my channel before, so I figured I could do kind of like a lightweight base using that today. But I wanted to showcase this one. This is their Le Camouflage Stilo. It's an anti-fatigue corrector pen. She's kind of pricey, but I think she's really beautiful, especially if you're doing kind of like a no makeup look. I mean, the way that this perfects the under eyes is just gorgeous. It's a really beautiful, it's exactly what it is described to be. It's like an under eye corrector pen. So if you need more coverage, then you can certainly, you know, add a concealer, which I probably will do with this anyway, to like other parts of my face, but that just lays really beautifully underneath the eyes. So I am going to go in with the Cerecreal Face Flex. This is the shade 1.5. It's usually the shade that I use all over or underneath my eyes only. So I'm actually going to use this Dior concealer. This is the Backstage concealer, and this is in the shade 3W. And this is kind of like a concealer that is nice for like covering blemishes and stuff like that all over the face, because it's like the consistency is similar. It reminds me of the Natasha Denona one in that it's thin, but it actually gives a surprisingly good amount of coverage. So I want to go ahead and use that for the rest of my face. And I want to showcase this brush here for concealer. This is the Hakuhodo brush. It's a 5D brush, and it's part of the 20% off sale currently on the Fude BoBo website. Hey, Clarissa. You're not a fan of the Cerecreal. It creases on you. Interesting. Thanks for the feedback on that. I don't know if YouTube changed things. What looks different? Hello, everybody new that's coming in. Please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And so, yeah, it comes with, well, you can buy these separately, individually on the Fude BoBo website. I like to use the big one for a lot of things like liquid foundation or powder, all over powder, bronzer, etc. And then it has this cute little mini version that I love using on smaller areas of the face to be more targeted and precise. It's called 5D brush because it's tapered along the narrow edges and then just like on the smaller edges as well. And then of course you have that flat top, so it gives you 5 different surfaces to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey Stephanie, welcome. Ooh, you just received these brushes. Have you had a chance to use them yet? I'd love to know your thoughts. But this is a concealer brush that I grab when I just want to kind of like slap my makeup on. I do not have time to like be super precise. It's really great at like spreading it around evenly. It's nice and dense. So, yet it still has good movement. But you can also use this one for other tasks as well. Like, you know, powder contour, highlight. Okay, no worries, Karen, be safe. This is another concealer brush that I really enjoy on the Fude BoBo website as well. Also has those lovely persimmon orange dyed tips. And this one really does help get into more precise areas because of that shape. It's a little bit smaller than this 5D one, as you can tell, and it's a completely different shape. It has this kind of like a, what is called a 3D shape. And this one actually has a bigger daddy as well. Also part of the 20% off sale right now. And I love this larger one for either like all over powder, but particularly bronzer and blush. But even in a pinch, you can flip it this way and use it for highlighter. You can use it for powder contour. I think this is the one that I got a question on recently. I think it was Heather that wanted this and I linked it in a prior video. Oh, thank you so much, Clarissa, for the compliment on my nails. The excuse me, nail color is Bootlegger by Mooncat. And unfortunately, I look like Aaliyah. That's funny. I had a client tell me that the other day. And unfortunately, I do not have an affiliate link to Mooncat. It's just my favorite. It's my favorite nail polish brand, and it's pretty much all I use. So I hope you can see how beautiful that Chantecaille Le Camouflage Stilo is laying underneath my eyes. It has this really beautiful way of like reflecting light to where I really don't feel like I need to pile up a lot of coverage. It also, like you're seeing a pattern here. Chantecaille products are kind of like targeted towards, you know, older, mature skin, and like they really want to focus on skincare. And so that's why I like their products, is that they're very elegant and they lay on the skin and they flatter wrinkles so beautifully in a way where like you don't really feel the need to take up a lot of coverage. Because if you kind of, what happened to me when I started to dabble into luxury beauty is that I started to kind of realize that, you know, sometimes less is more, because with products that are more elegant, you know, they and that have in mind the aging, more mature skin, they tend to kind of be more perfecting and light reflecting, and they have these ingredients. It's the formulas that really kind of blow you out of the water in comparison to like drugstore products, if you will, that just don't have those higher priced ingredients in them. Hello, welcome in everyone that's new. So, okay, that's the base. And if y'all see, like, I didn't use a foundation yet. I'm gonna powder all over with this powder foundation. But I do just kind of want to set my T-zone before I go ahead and do that, and just kind of do a light layer of translucent powder. So I've been enjoying my YSL powder. In comparison to my beloved Huda Beauty setting powder, it's a little bit thinner, and I feel like a little bit does really go a long way. I have been enjoying it. I love the fact that it's perfectly matte, so there's no like luminosity or glow to it, which I look for in a setting powder. But yeah, so I have been liking this one. Oh, thank you so much, Heather. That's really sweet of you. And whoever it is that you said you're agreeing with, that I look beautiful with and without makeup. Y'all are so sweet to me. Thank you so much, Samantha, for the compliment. Oh, my skin looks amazing, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't use any foundation. I just used some concealer in the T-zone. I used this camouflage stilo that has very light coverage underneath my eyes. And then on the rest of my face, I just used like the Chantecaille, like the more like skincare infused, their face tints. So that's kind of the bronziness that you see around my face, is the bronziness in this kind of like sheer formula. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I use the rosy one underneath my eyes. So that rosy one, the reason I like to put it underneath my eyes is because rose counteracts blue hues and purple hues. So it almost acts like a skincare color corrector, if you will. And then, of course, paired together with that camouflage stilo, it's just beautiful. So this is kind of the type of makeup that like I would do if I'm, you know, trying to rock like a no makeup look, because it makes my skin look really good, but I don't really feel like I have any coverage on. Like it just feels like I have my skincare on right now. And that's what you get with Chantecaille, which is why I love Chantecaille so much. Thank you so much, Miranda, for sending a gift. Woohoo, it was a party hat. I appreciate that. The lashes, thank you so much, Cameron. I use Lashify, and there's a link. You can get 20% off the entire Lashify website by using my link. And I just stick on these little clusters underneath my real eyelashes, and they last me 1 to 2 weeks. But yeah, thank you so much if y'all shop anything I'm mentioning through my links, because I may earn a small commission at no additional cost to you, and it really, really helps my channel out. I, of course, reinvest every penny that I get back into my channel. So this allows me to purchase these products to showcase with y'all. Also, I wanted to just quickly mention before I forget my sweater that I'm wearing. It's like a cardigan. It's in this dusty, lovely, like kind of blue. And thank you, Miranda, for sending me another gift, another party hat. Yay. Thank you so much. Yes, you can shop Chantecaille through my link as well. Thank you for the party hat. Let's go. I appreciate you, Miranda Kapler. But yeah, so this is also on sale, and for sending a makeup brush review. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love all the gifts. I'm being showered with all these gifts. So flattered. Thank you so much, y'all. But this is Jenni Kayne. I love Jenni Kayne for just classic, timeless, staple pieces. And she has such beautiful cardigans. I'll show y'all kind of like the details on this cardigan. This also comes in this beautiful copper shade, and it's currently in my cart right now. I'm like about to pull trigger on it because I love this one so much, but it's just so cozy and comfy, and just like just the details, like the ribbing, the pockets. I just love the way it like just sits on the body. These are the type of basic staples that you invest in, but they're going to last you forever, the rest of your life. And I just love this like shade. And thank you so much, Miranda, for sending another gift. We got a flower, and somebody sent 100 points. Yay. Thank you. I love that. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, Mr. Greenleaf, the Dawn. And a marshmallow, sent marshmallow, Miranda. Thank you. Love my outfit, says Donnie. Thank you so much. There is my link to Jenni Kayne where you can shop. Jenni Kayne is having a site-wide sale as well. And I'm not gonna lie, my cart right now is like a few $1,000s worth of products. Jenni Kayne like steals my money. She like robs me of so much of my money. It's kind of crazy because I'm so obsessed with Jenni Kayne clothes. And it's like my closet at this point is like full of Jenni Kayne. And it's like mostly what I wear. And I just never regret the pieces that I purchase. They're just beautiful. And if you look on my Instagram, you can click on, I have a little highlight that's called fashion. Thank you, David, for sending 100 points. David Meneses, thank you. And if you are, and I'm going to be applying this Chantecaille powder foundation as I'm chatting with y'all using my Sonia G brush. This is the arched powder. This has such a beautiful arch right here. Yay, James Garcia sent a high five. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Savannah, welcome. Thank you, Shazana, for the compliment. This has such a beautiful arched ferrule right here, which gives it that like beautiful movement. This is such a gorgeous brush. Thank you, David Meneses 3320 for another makeup brush. Y'all know how much I love makeup brushes, virtually or not. Thank you. She is a wallet abuser brand. That's exactly what she is, Kat. And so, yeah, so she comes around with like 25% off to 30% off sales a few times a year. And I always take advantage of the sales because, of course, like the stuff is pricey. But the pieces are all just like really high quality. And yeah, I just highly recommend checking out Jenni Kayne if you, like me, are trying to kind of revamp your wardrobe. And I'm just trying to shop less like fast fashion. I'm trying to shop these pieces that I could just use for the rest of my life. And girl math is like, it's an investment, right? I'm saving money in the long run if I'm not like purchasing stuff that, you know, doesn't last and you end up having to like throw out after some time. So anyway, these bristles just move so beautifully. This brush is not too dense. It's not too airy. It's like perfect for this step. It covers a good amount of real estate, as you can see. Another person that says I look like Aaliyah. Medette Turgut, will you marry me? It depends how big the ring is. How much you spending on a ring? I'm expensive. I have expensive taste. So it depends. Hey, Mallory. Thanks everybody for commenting. Hello, those of you coming in and joining. Please go ahead and give me a like and share this video to anybody who you think might want to watch it. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already. So yeah, as you can see, like this powder by Chantecaille provides a gorgeous amount of coverage. Like it really does give you coverage, but it does not feel cakey. So that's what I really like about it. And I have it in the shade Maple, and it's just like the perfect shade for me. Beautiful without makeup. Thank you. Clarissa. So yeah, it comes with like its own little poof if you're on the go and you need to touch up, and this little like second mirror here. So it has like actually 2 mirrors. But yeah, the compact is nice. And so yeah, I just really love this powder foundation. It's honestly one of my favorites, if not my top favorite powder foundation I think that I own or have ever tried. It's that good. And I've tried my fair share of powder foundations. Like I have a Makeup Forever one sitting right here. I have a One Size powder foundation sitting right here. So like I try different powder foundations, but nothing has truly impressed me like this. And the way I like to use this is kind of like today, if I'm just kind of doing a no makeup look and I want to just mattify a little bit, but not use like a liquid foundation. I kind of want to let my skin breathe. Or like if throughout the day I look at myself in the mirror and I feel like I need a little bit of a pick-me-up, maybe your makeup is kind of like fading. That's a really good use out of a powder foundation if you just kind of like want to touch up throughout the day as well. I'm a Virgo. Love the nails. Thank you. All right, cool. So I was going to use Chantecaille's bronzer, but it seems like something's going on with their bronzers because they're not on the website right now. So I don't know if maybe, I'm hoping they're adding new shades or they're reformulating it or something. I love the bronzer, but they definitely need more shades. So hopefully they're working on a shade extension. And this is the only bronzer right now that's available. This is their gel bronzer. And they also have blushes in this formula, which are really beautiful if you love this type of formula. This is a sheer fluid gel bronzer that delivers a light reflecting radiance and sculpting effect. So this is kind of similar to the sheer bronze face tint that I used around the perimeter of my face. It'll give you a similar vibe, but it is also unfortunate that this only comes in one shade as well because it's really warm. Like, so unless this is like your perfect shade and you have like a deeper skin tone than me, I probably would not recommend it. But you see how warm that tone is? It's not that watery, it's just that it needed to be shaken up, but it gives you an idea of the tone. So for that reason alone, like, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it, and that's why I didn't put it on for y'all today, because I usually just don't reach for it for that reason. It's just kind of too warm for my preference. So if you're the person that told me to contour my nose and you're still watching, this is for you. Not really, because I contour my nose anyway, but this is the Isayama Contour stick in the shade Oak. I think it's technically called the sculpting stick, but I always like to give my nose and lips a little bit of dimension. And, you know, just because I want to kind of try out all of these brushes, I'm going, and I heard that these new brushes by Sonia G can also be used with creams and liquids, which is really nice. I'm showcasing the Target Builder. So this is more so, I would assume, contemplated to be an eye brush like this, which, you know, I would definitely use it for. But you can use your imagination when it comes to these brushes. And that's what I like about Fude is they have so many different uses in just one. And it just depends on how you want to experiment with them. And sometimes you can use them in unconventional ways, like I am right now. And don't be afraid to do that, because that's what makes playing in makeup so much fun. And that's why I love brushes so much, because it just makes experimenting with makeup all that much more fun. Thank you so much, Zakaria. Hopefully I'm saying that right, for the compliment. Hello from Korea. They're like the best skincare in Korea. I want to go. I'm not Moroccan, I'm Mexican American. Hello from Morocco. Thank you for tuning in. All right, and then just kind of blend out this lip contour. I like you. All right, just to give our lips a little bit of dimension. All right, looking better already. I want to go in with this cute little guy here. This is called the Set and Sculpt. So I imagine myself using this Set and Sculpt brush for tons of different uses. For instance, like I can go in with this setting powder that I used earlier. I'm not going to add much more, but just to kind of showcase the brush, you can, if you just like kind of like an airier application of powder, or you want to just kind of touch up throughout the day with a little bit of powder, this is perfect for this. Just fits so nicely, and all these bristles are so soft, the way that they're gliding on my skin. This is what separates natural hairs from synthetics. They're not pulling or tugging on your skin. They just glide across the skin beautifully. They really pick up the product in a more efficient manner than synthetic bristles. And they really apply them better than synthetics as well. So they just have this amazing ability to just kind of do the blending for you. And that really not only adds to the experience of doing your makeup, making it feel like a more luxury experience, but it also cuts back on a lot of time, because you can get away with doing a lot less blending. You look good, girl. Thank you. Looking great. Thank you. All right. What I also can see myself using this Set and Sculpt brush for. I love this shape. It has so many uses. Kind of reminds me of the mini cheek, which that's kind of part of the reason why Sonia G will always be very near and dear to my heart, is because I really got into natural hair bristles because of Sonia G. The mini cheek was my first love and introduction to Fude. And this one totally reminds me of the mini cheek, except it's more structured. It's less airy, and you can tell that it has that similar arch as you see in the arched powder brush, which allows for it to have that movement and that width up there to the bristles. So right now I'm using this with my Natasha Denona contour powder that I love. It's in the shade medium. So it's nice and airy to, you know, not set down too much product. Today I skipped the cream contour on my face, just because, like I said, we're going more for a natural look, more like a no makeup look. And because I did not use any foundation, I just decided to skip the cream contour. So I love how this is like the perfect size to kind of lock into these crevices here. Beautiful. And these shorter handles are perfect for travel. All right, so moving right along. Okay, let me grab some brushes that I have set aside to use in a live today upon request from Rocio. So these are also part of the the Fude BoBo sale right now. Except my handles are different because I bought a previous version, but you can still grab, I think I saw, so there was 2 eye brushes available, a larger one and a smaller one, but one of these were sold out if I'm not mistaken. So y'all don't want to wait too much because these babies are selling out, especially right now during the sale going on. Please, thank you, Martin, for reminding everyone to like and subscribe. All right, so these are a little bit crinkly because I stored them without a brush guard, and I kept meaning to get around to putting them in a brush guard, and clearly I just got lazy and my ADD just got the best of me, but it's really no problem. I just have this like little water sprayer here, and to fix that problem, if I ever get those creases in these brushes, is just kind of give them like a slight spray, and then use just like a comb and kind of just like comb them out, and it just fixes those creases. Or just putting them in a brush guard will kind of help reshape them too, so no big deal. But yeah, so one of these were sold out. It might have been the smaller one, but these are all available on the Fude BoBo website individually, the ones that are still available. I don't know if both of the bigger face brushes are still available or if only one is still available, but I am just going to showcase the 4 of them here. And yeah. So these are just beautiful. Red Fox bristles are so silky, and there's a lot of hairs packed into those ferrules, so you really get your money's worth. And they're just gorgeous, not only to pet but to look at. Yeah, and I just love them so much, and the fact that right now you can get them for 20% off is such a steal. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into using these. So the big one, if it's still available, I love to use for like all over face powder. Look at the way it jiggles. Love that. Bronzer, of course, any larger areas. But because I already used the Sonia G today for that, I'll go ahead and reserve that for another time. But yeah, these are just, I love the eye brushes. They're beautiful. They are beautiful, right, Clarissa? Yes, almost 100 likes. Thank you, Martin Laporte, P45. Double click, please. Give me a like so we can reach 100. We're almost there. We're at 97, 98. Okay, so let's keep it moving. I pulled out my I have so much makeup in front of me. Okay, my Chantecaille Sunstone blush. So Chantecaille, okay, 30% off sale going on right now, site-wide. Thank you so much, AA. They have their standard blushes. And yeah, of course, Felicita Delgado, you can feel free to send me gifts. I'm going to say like my friend Sensory, I'm not going to block blessings. You're able to send super chats or virtual gifts like people have been sending me. But yeah, so they have their standard blushes and they're really beautiful. Thank you. You sent a flower. I love that. And I appreciate you for that. I don't know. The blushes are beautiful, okay? And they're refillable. I have one shade, the shade Grace, because curiosity got the best of me. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend the blushes. I know some people rave about how beautiful they are, and I'll showcase it for y'all if you're curious. But this one is also available right now, and this one is in the shade Energy from the Sunstone collection, which was supposedly limited edition, but I'm surprised to see that it's still available. And this one is really beautiful, and I do think that this one has more like je ne sais quoi, if you will, to it. And I do think that you pay more for it, but it's really lovely. Let me see if a swatch can do it justice. It's a completely different formula than their regular blush formula. I'm not sure if you can see, but you have the turtle shade in the blush. Yeah, give me your feedback, y'all. What do y'all think of the Chantecaille blushes? You have the turtle blush in the shade. I can't remember the name. Yeah, this one's the turtle. It's in the shade Grace. So you have the same one as me. I really like it, actually. It is tiny though. Yes, Heather, and that's why I'm conflicted. Like, it's kind of small. It's a little pricey. The packaging is not that fancy, and that's why I struggle to like recommend it, because it is a beautiful blush. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about the formula. The formula is beautiful. It's just a matter of whether it's worth the coin for you. I will say that if you are considering picking one up like me, pick yourself one up, see how you like it, and get it on sale right now at 30% off. And then it'll make you feel better, at least, about your purchase, right? And then in the future, you can purchase refills if you feel like it. Yeah, and this one's in the shade Energy. So maybe this one's the one you have, Clarissa, in the Sunstone. So I'm gonna swatch both of them for you, just so you can kind of see on my fingers. They're both kind of similar shades. The shade Grace is a little bit more peachy, orangey, like warm leaning, and the shade Energy is more iridescent, like a little bit cooler tone pink. This one is a more baked gelée formula. So this is why it's also good to have different types of brushes in your collection, because these powders pick up differently. They perform differently. They lay on the skin differently. So the baked gelée formula is a type of formula that you're going to want a more dense brush to help pick it up. And then this type of formula is just like a straight powder. So you don't need something as dense. You can get away with using something that's more powdery. But this one's Energy. You see how it just has this like beautiful way of shining? It kind of reminds me of NARS Orgasm, but like it's elevated. It's just more beautiful. And then this one's Grace. This it's not swatching well. So y'all are just gonna have to see them on the cheeks. And even though I am going out and I don't want to look crazy for y'all, I will do one on one cheek and one on the other, so you can just kind of see. And then I'm going to showcase them with different brushes too. So I'm wiping off the Sonia G Set and Sculpt on my towel here. And this is an airier brush. So this is the type of brush that I would go in and use the shade Grace with. You see that beautiful pickup on those bristles? That's what I mean about those natural hair bristles. They just have an ability to effortlessly pick up powders and lay them down with no effort or problem at all. Yay, we reached 100 likes. We're at 107. Thank you, y'all. So it gives like an airbrushed look on. I mean, do you see that powder? Like, this is why I don't complain about it. Like, it's beautiful. It almost like it blurs the skin. It's because the powder in this blush is extremely finely milled, and that's probably why it's as pricey as it is, because it is really elegant, and that's what makes it lay so beautifully on the skin. But do you need to spend this much on a blush? Arguably not. But you know what? If you want to treat yourself and try it out, there's no better time than to get it than right now at 30% off. Thank you, Martin Laporte. Like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you. Looks beautiful, says Clarissa. Thank you. All right, now I'm going to go in with the Red Fox blush brush, and I'm going to showcase this one with this baked gelée. There's that pickup on those beautiful bristles. And that one's just lovely too. So this has like an iridescence to it. Yay, David Meneses sent a flower. Thank you. David Meneses 3320. I appreciate you. And these brushes, I mean, the bristles on these Fox brushes are just, ugh. They feel like nothing you've ever felt before. They don't feel anything like goat or synthetic. I mean, they're just lovely. It's almost like a centipede is moving on your skin. Look at the way they move. Look at the way that the bristles are all moving together in one motion. Do you see that? It's, I say that they like dance on the skin. Just gorgeous. And Fox can be used with creams, liquids, and powders. So that's the blush brush. The big powder blush, the big powder brush is the same, except it's bigger, of course. Thank you for sending a floating heart, David. I appreciate you. So yeah, these are just lovely. These are more like collector's pieces. They're not something that I pull out on the daily basis. Like you saw, I have them nicely packaged here in like a little brush roll. So these are just brushes that like, they come and go. They're limited edition. They're not always around. They're not always available. They're rare. It's rare to see these beautiful hues of red fox on the market. Look at that shine that they have to them. They're just silky. But I personally like red fox better than blue fox. This brush is also available on the Fude BoBo website, and you can get it at probably less of a cost than this red fox. They're similar in the sense that like fox is similar, but here's the difference between blue fox and red fox. In my opinion, the blue fox feels a little bit more silky and sleek than the red. Thank you, David, for sending me a makeup brush. Holla. I appreciate it. Thank you, David, for sending another makeup brush. Yes, Martin Laporte, P45. That's a good point. If I'm missing any of your questions or comments and you really want me to send times 13, period, 14, they keep coming, 15. Thank you. 16 makeup brushes. What am I going to do with all these makeup brushes? 17. Thank you. Yes, you can put a comment in a super chat, and it really does ensure that like, you know, it highlights it so that I'm able to see it. But you can always just like repeat your questions if I'm missing them. But I'm sorry, I can't put on music because of copyright reasons. YouTube will demonetize the video if I do that. So yeah, so this is Blue Fox, and this one's still available. You can get this one 20% off too right now. And I like this 3D shape. This one's really nice for bronzer. How about we use it for bronzer right now, actually? Might as well. I already have it here in front of me. So since I'm not seeing Chantecaille's bronzer on their website, I just have this one by Pat McGrath here in front of me. So why don't we just use this one? This one's in the shade Bronze Nirvana. And I was watching, I think it was Shannon, my girl Shannon's video earlier, and she mentioned that this one was on sale somewhere for like super cheap, like 50% off. But yeah, so these Blue Fox hairs are nice too, but completely different shape. So it's like this slanted shape as opposed to the round pom-pom shapes. I would say that the red fox is a little bit, like I said, it's less sleek. It's a little bit more like airy in movement than the blue fox. So some people don't like how the blue fox feels like a little too sleek and silky sometimes, which I can see where they're coming from on that. So they're, you know, it's jam-packed with bristles in there. So it's lovely. And it's nice to have a variety. But yeah, if I were to pick a favorite, somebody asked when somebody sent a makeup brush. Heather, I have a favorite brush of all time, like a favorite brush of all time. I think the one that I've raved about the most is this Kolinsky KQ12S Tancedo. Like if I had to like think about which one brush I ride or die. Shannon, I was just mentioning you. Didn't you just talk about the Pat McGrath bronzer on your live earlier about how it's like on a really great deal right now somewhere? I thought I heard you talking about it. So I would probably say like I've raved about this particular Tancedo Kolinsky KQ12S more than I've raved about any one particular brush. And I would probably say this one's my favorite brush of all time because it's useful in so many different ways. And I feel like this is the most unique shape on the market. It's $10. Where is it? I'll link it for y'all. Where is it being sold for $10 right now? Can you remind us? The Pat McGrath. So I have the shade Bronze Nirvana, the powder bronzer I just used. All right, so I do want to mention setting powder. Oh, on Macy's. Period. There you go. If y'all are looking for the Pat McGrath bronzer, only a few select shades, I can imagine. We're not doing Charlie XCX spam tonight, says Kat. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, really worth the coin. This is the Perfect Blur Finishing Powder by Chantecaille. And I've raved about this one. It's a step up from my other favorite, Charlotte Tilbury. It is so perfecting on the skin. It's such a beautiful setting powder. I love using it with like a brush like this with a flat surface, or like Sonia G's buffer brushes. This one's a Kolinsky one by Koyudo that's not available right now, but Sonia G has similar ones in goat hair. And I like to just like dip it in like this and really pick that powder up and just like set my T-zone with it. Oh my gosh, like it's so lightweight on the skin, yet it has this like beautiful ability to blur. And it comes in 2 different shades. This is a light medium, and there's like a medium, darker one. It's really sheer, so you can kind of get away with, you know, I guess not having that many shades, although it would be nice if they had more shades. But yeah, it's kind of sheer, so it's not really that big of a problem. I have both shades and they both work for me. So anyway, love that powder. What else? Chantecaille has really beautiful highlighters. The highlighters that I personally have in my collection, I did not see on the website, but they have recently come out with new highlighters, and they look gorgeous. And I'm sure that it's the same beautiful formula as they have in, you know, previous releases. So I just haven't felt a need to pick any up myself. But I truly do love the Chantecaille highlighter formula, and I highly recommend it. So if you are in the market for a highlighter, check out Chantecaille's highlighters. As far as what else go, there's so much Chantecaille to talk about that like inevitably I'm going to forget something, but this is why I have covered Chantecaille in the past, and y'all can refer to any previous videos. Thank you, Martin Laporte. You're a real one. Thank you for being up in here and being so supportive. This is my Chantecaille tray. You love a good highlighter, says Kat. Yes, and just like Chantecaille's consistent, you know, tendency to be very flattering on the skin, their highlighters just lay so beautifully. I always recommend Chantecaille's highlighters to people when they ask for a non-like glittery, non-sparkly highlighter that's flattering on the skin, that lays well under wrinkles, and is really good for mature skin. It just has a way, they're like baked gelée, so they have a way of just kind of like melting into the skin, and they're just beautiful, so highly recommend. So you were about to go order the finishing powder. Their eyeshadows, Stacy, you love them. Aren't they beautiful? Hey, Sonia, welcome. Happy Sunday, how are you? So I can't rave enough about all of these things that I have from Chantecaille, from the lippies, the lip cheeks, and the lip veils. A beautiful, you really cannot go wrong. They're slightly different formulas, but honestly, very wearable, like beautiful, my lips but better shades. Just pick any shade that you think will suit you and you'll love it. Trust me. I have never heard of anybody complain. They wear beautifully. They feel so moisturizing on the skin. And then as far as the eye products go, they have these single kind of creamy eyeshadow formulas that are just gorgeous. They have a lot of lovely shades, and I know it's like so basic of me, but like I in particular love the shade Sylvie. I think that Sylvie just is such a beautiful, like a one and done crease shade that just goes with everything. It's the most beautiful taupe. Look at this, and I'm using the Fox, the larger eye brush. But just look at that. Like it blends itself. Yes, in part due to these bristles that are doing a lot of the work for me. But it's also the fact that this is like a beautiful hybrid between a powder and a cream at the same time. Yay, almost 130 likes. Thank you. Double tap on your screen and subscribe, everyone. Thank you, Martin. You're a real one. But look at that, y'all. Like, oh, this is just like, you know, I want to add a little bit of dimension in my crease and run out the door. Like, but just look at how big of a difference that made. I don't know about you, but I think that makes a pretty big difference between not having anything on my eyelid. This is a bare eyelid, nothing on it, and just a little bit of a crease. A little bit of a crease shade here, especially if you have more of a hooded eye like me and you want to give your eye a little bit more dimension and shadow because you don't have it naturally there like me. I like to fake a crease because my eye is not very deep set. Some people have more deep set eyes. Bless you if you do. I'm jealous. But I kind of have to fake it. Grinch Vibe sent 100 points. A gift. Thank you. I appreciate you. Kisses. But you see that? Like, it's just kind of natural, barely there, but they really stay put all day. Like, they don't crease. They're beautiful, and they come in tons of shades. And then you have, well, let me just match it with the same side since we're already here. And I'm actually, so I use the Fox brush on one side, and I'm going to go in with the Sonia G brush on the other because I just have so many different brushes to showcase here for y'all. This is the Soft Blender by Sonia. And this is her larger, look at that. It comes to a beautiful tapered point. You see how those natural hair bristles just picked up that product effortlessly. Link to the Chantecaille finishing powder. I have the link to the Chantecaille website in general linked under the description of this video. But if we cannot link to the exact finishing powder for you, I will do so for you after the live. I can put it in the description. But this is the Perfect Blur finishing powder. Hopefully if my mod in the background is able to find it on my shop my, I'll link it for you, girl. Thank you for asking, Heather. Thank you for making sure that you shop through my link. You can't figure out how to get to the description. Yeah, you know, viewing it on the iPhone is kind of weird. Maybe it might be easier once I am finished with the live, but I'll see if we can link the Perfect Blur finishing powder for you while I'm live. If my background moderator doesn't have his hands too full and can figure it out. But look at the movement on these bristles, y'all. Do you see what I mean by the dancing bristles? You see what I mean? Look at the fact that the bristles are tapered like this. It gives the belly of the brush body and thickness, which allows it, that girth, if you will, allows it. There you go. I think that's the link for you, Heather. That should be it, hopefully. What a beautiful lady, says Rudy Rodriguez. Thank you. That's the Chantecaille finishing powder for you, Heather. So that thickness gives that brush the ability to really pick up, as opposed to something more airy. Like I was showcasing the Hakuhodo brushes earlier. So probably something like this. It just, do you see how, this is the Hakuhodo 5522, which is available 20% off on the Fude BoBo website. It just has, do you see the movement? How it moves across my skin? The Sonia G1 is just going to keep the product in a more concentrated area. So the Hakuhodo one is just more airy, and the bristles are kind of more like evenly dispersed. Sonia kind of made this taper sharper. So you can just tell that the way that these are both hand bundled natural hair brushes, both made of goat, except Sonia put this dye on her goat hair to just add to the body and kind of thickness of it. But both can be used with creams and liquids and powders. So yes, this is just, they're different. You know, I'm not gonna say that one is better than the other. But I did want to shout out the Hakuhodo 5522 along with the couple of other staple goat brushes that were just added to the Fude BoBo website. The 142 is also a round brush, but it's not as tapered on the sides. So it doesn't come to as much of a point, and it has a little bit smaller of a ferrule, so it's a little bit more dense. So they're all just going to apply the eyeshadow in a different way. The larger 5522 is going to be like your one and done. I just want to slap something on my crease and go. Like a large, fluffy blender brush that everybody needs. And then this one's going, the 142 was in a brush guard, so it'll splay out just a little bit. But this one will give you a little bit more concentration when it comes to the application of powders or whatever you're using it for, since it's not as airy. You see that? And then the 5523 is a flat round shape. So it's not round in shape like these other three next to it. It has a pinched ferrule. So this one is better for kind of like laying down eyeshadow, and then also windshield wiper motions to sweep in the crease. So highly recommend any of these because they're all great for different uses. They're all different sizes, so that they just perform differently. So it's great to have different shapes in your collection for that purpose. This is how they compare to those beautiful fox brushes that I was showcasing earlier. So Sonia G's new release, the compact crease, kind of reminds me of, it's like a perfect sweet spot in the middle of these two fox eye brushes that are available for 20% off on the Fude BoBo website. So because it's goat hair, it's going to cost less than the red fox hair. It performs differently. But it also, yes, we love useful things in different sizes, right, Kat? But yeah, look at these. I love these little like dome shaped eye brushes because of the way that they just like have the ability to apply eyeshadow beautifully. Just like I laid down that Chantecaille eyeshadow single with this large dome, you can do the same thing with these and go down in size depending on like how precise you want your application. So these are lovely. The smallest red fox one is a little bit more tapered and a little bit smaller in circumference at the tip. So it's just going to be a little bit more precise. And this one's also really great to get like right on that lower lash line for detail work. But for even a smaller option for more detail work, you have this other one that's part of the new Sonia G release, which is the definer brush. And it's the perfect name because this is what's going to give you that definition. I love me a good definer brush. You can really smudge out your eyeliner with this little guy, which I should probably just showcase, but this is really great to get right up close to that lower lash line. Thank you, Danny Mendoza. Double tap on your screen and like everyone. Thank you, Martin. I love you too. Thank you for all the compliments. Everyone telling me I'm beautiful. Mark, Shergay, Z, or Shergazi. Thank you, everyone. Oh, the Sonia G minis are on their way to you, says Stephanie. I love that. You're so beautiful, says Danny. Thank you. Okay. So, love that. I was getting into talking about the Luminescent Eye Shades by Chantecaille. These are gorgeous. They are kind of like those Patrick Ta singles, except better, in my opinion. And y'all know how like everybody was talking about how pricey those Patrick Ta ones. It's because these are similar in formula. They're slurries. And they have to be made in a very specific way that separates these from other eyeshadows on the market, but that's also why they lay so beautifully on the skin. I'm trying to open this shade here, but they're just so gorgeous. So you really can't go wrong with any of the shades. I even kind of like get overwhelmed in thinking about which one I want to use because they're just all so beautiful. And yeah, I'm trying to just see if I can apply one and which one I would apply with what I'm wearing. Maybe I could just apply this one, Dusty Lilac. This is the Pangolin. Why not? So this is, I would reach for something that's more like a compact brush, like this one, the Sonia G Target Builder. And this one is like your perfect packing on brush, okay? So it's not too big, it's not too small, and I think it'll be a great packer. Yeah, they're baked, exactly, Stacy. So let's see. Gorgeous. I honestly think that these are best applied with your finger, but I did just want to showcase that they do work with the brush, but I'll show you all the difference between, if you want like less of an impact, then go ahead and use a brush. And that's what's great about these. You can get more impact or less impact depending on how you apply them and how much you pack on. But if you really want the most impact, you just swipe these babies on with your finger. Yes, 5 more likes to 140. Double tap on your screen and subscribe, everyone. Thank you, Martin, for reminding us all. Make sure to like and subscribe. And please go show me some love, everyone, after this live on my newest YouTube video that I posted earlier today. Using new makeup. I did this like pretty magenta lip look, and I just really love how that video turned out. So please go show me love. It's like an 18-minute long form content YouTube video, and I put so much effort and time into those long form content YouTube videos. So I like pairing this with like a deeper shade like Starfish or Hematite in these. I know I used the shade Sylvie in my crease already, and I could totally just leave it there. But, you know, just for kicks, I'll just show how you can deepen this up using this compact crease. Because this brush is more compact than that other one that I used with Sylvie. It's more compact and less tapered than the soft builder. It's going to, like I said, provide more of a concentration of that product where you want it. So that's why I'm using it for this darker color, Hematite, which is this beautiful like deep purple. And I know these colors aren't really going with my outfit, but I don't think Jesus is going to judge me, so you're welcome. I'm not sure the varnish I use for my fade. What do you mean? The varnish I use for my fade, Susan? The brush guards, yeah, I'll go ahead and link the brush guards that I use for you. I'll link them in the description of this video after church. Because I don't think I'll have time before I have to like run out for church, but church is only an hour, so I'll go ahead and do that for you. Thanks for asking. And then this is where I would take the smaller brush. So I could do the little small fox brush for this step. Again, by Hakuhodo, available on Fude BoBo's website, 20% off, Red Fox. Or this definer by Sonia G, available on Beautylish in goat hair for kind of a similar step. The Sonia G one is just going to give you a little bit more precision. But I also see myself using this Sonia G one a lot with eyeliner, like smudging out my eyeliner. And let's see if I have a time to do that and showcase that right now real quick. I'm going to go in with the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal in the shade Cocoa. This is what I mean by that. I would just put a little bit of eyeliner like that on like the outer third of my eye, and then use this definer by Sonia G and just blend it out. You see that? Super easy. And effortless, really. So, thank you. I appreciate the compliments over on Instagram. Thank you, Martin. Everybody like the video and share and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I appreciate you. Please come back. I do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I get ready for church with y'all like I'm doing now. So again, my beloved Kolinsky KQ12S that I love so much and that I use with, I use it for so many different uses, but I love taking like a pot concealer like this, like my NARS, and when I do a wing, just kind of flick it out. So you can get this one 20% off right now on the Fude BoBo website too, and I always rave about this one. But it just, like, if you're bad at doing wings, that's really like the easiest way of doing them. It really is not that hard. And I always tell my mom, like, it's just a matter of the tools that you use, because she's always wanting to do a wing liner, but she gets intimidated by it. And I'm like, it's really easy. You just have to get you certain brushes that'll just do the work for you. All right. Yes, even if you're a dude, please support my channel by playing my video in the background. Give me some watch hours. Anything is helpful. So please go ahead and show me love on that video I posted earlier today after this live. Let's just do a quick lip and then we will be good to go. So I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. I'm going to use a Dior. This is in 300 Nude Style. I picked this up during the recent Sephora sale. And it's like the perfect My Lips Look Better lip liner. It's on my YouTube channel. That's how you can find my latest video. I'm wearing a magenta lip and it's titled Best Makeup at Sephora right now. So if you have an extra device, just play it on repeat for your girl. It helps push my content out there. All right, so that's the lippy. Cerecreole Lip Grip. Love this lip primer. So highly recommend it. Thank you so much, Kat, for linking the video in the description of this YouTube video right now. There it is for your viewing pleasure. And yeah, because I'm starting to get a little bit of shine here, I'm going to go back in with the Chantecaille powder to just beautifully set that T-zone. And then I'm just going to go in with a Chantecaille lip veil. I just randomly grabbed one that I have here. If y'all can see, I have so many. Look at all these. All of these are my Chantecaille lippies underneath these luminescent eye shades that I have every single shade of now because I just cannot get enough. Like, and you can't go wrong because they all have such beautiful shades and the formula is gorge. So like I said, whether it's the lip veil or the lip chic, you cannot go wrong. Thank you. So comfortable on lips. It's a one and done. You don't even need a liner with it. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I could top it off with the gloss, but I think I kind of like it as is. The eyes are a little bit more sparkly than I usually go for, but I think that overall, you know, it's kind of fun. And I know that the camera does not do these Chantecaille products justice. In real life, if you see my skin, it actually looks really good. Thank you so much, Cards IZ, for sending me a makeup brush. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up, y'all. That's all I have for you today. So I hope that you enjoyed. Please shop through my links if you're shopping. Let me know in the comments after I post this video what you end up purchasing. I would love to know whether you've been grabbing any brushes or makeup lately. I love talking makeup and brushes. So let's start the conversation down below in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just gonna go touch up with a little bit of hairspray, throw on some perfume, and run out the door to go see Jesus now. So I will see you here hopefully next Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This upcoming Thursday is Thanksgiving. I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. I'm not sure. I might do like a surprise live. Who knows? But turn on your notifications here on YouTube so that you get notified. Sometimes I just feel like going live and I just pop up on here. So you're going to want to know by turning on your notifications. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram and on YouTube. Follow me on both at MakeupEsquire, same handle. And I love you. I will pray for each and every one of you at church. And Jesus loves you too. Okay, bye y'all.